JV Wong, and welcome to Ignited, where great people share great insights. I would love it if you would like and subscribe our channel, Ignited with JV Wong, and of course, our Spotify podcast as well. Our focus for today is how you can be ignited by being unique, as in YOUnique. As we celebrate your unique self, talents, and traits, I'm so grateful that our guest speaker said yes to my invitation to be here with me in Ignited with JV Wong. With over 3,000 talks, which our guest speaker has done in the Philippines and abroad, Coach Jayson Lo is a top ranked visionary speaker who changes the way his audience think and act through his thought provoking messages. Coach Jayson is an entrepreneur by heart. He started companies as a multi industry entrepreneur in manufacturing, direct selling, trading, and the restaurant business. Coach Jayson is the author of the best-selling book YOUnique, among other best-selling books. And take note, YOUnique, or Understanding Others by Understanding You, is a truly igniting book, which we'll be talking about shortly. Another book under his belt is Determined, Taking Control of Your Finances and Your Life. He is truly a dedicated family man, a corporate evangelist, and a supportive friend. And that is how I will personally describe Coach Jayson Lo. My dear viewers, families, and friends, let us please warmly welcome Coach Jayson Lo.
Hi, Coach JV. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. You know, I get invited to shows and podcasts. We have to schedule it. But when you messaged me, inviting me, kulang na lang sabihin ko, are we gonna do it now? I'm really, really happy to be here. And congratulations to your show.
Maraming salamat. You are one of those people who gave me the idea that, you know what, JV, it is good for you to have a YouTube channel where you can do what you passionately do. And you know, Coach Jayson, I love interviewing people. I love moderating for people like you. And for our viewers and listeners, a year ago and this year, I moderated for Coach Jayson Lo for a pharmaceutical company. And Coach, grabe, a lot of people attended that webinar series. More than 1,000 people attended.
Thank you so much for having me with People Ignite. And my wife, she heard you moderate and she said that actually she's a big fan now.
Hi, Kat. And to your entire family. Coach Jayson, before we truly begin talking about your unique life and how you can inspire our listeners and viewers, share with us for the past 2.5 years of the pandemic and post-pandemic, what have been the blessings you are so proud to share with everybody?
I love that term. First of all, corporate evangelist.
Yes, I tagged it.
I'll be borrowing that moniker. And the pandemic was actually a blessing in disguise. I've learned a lot in this pandemic, both professionally and also, of course, personally and spiritually. And as you know, just like your business, we have been greatly affected when the pandemic struck. All live events were canceled. And I didn't know when it will come back. Some of my friends were telling me, and true enough, we were projecting this might end in 2 to 3 years. Buti 2 years lang. But something magical happened because of technology. What would have been 5 to 10 years from now has been accelerated, and it came early. So now, for the first time, you have audiences from different parts of the world. And through God's grace, of course, this February, I have broken my record for a month's talk. And it happened because technology would allow me to do 2 speaking engagements at the same time. One is recorded. The company allowed me to do a recording for their event. And then the other one is live. And that's impossible. So in any challenge that we are facing, there will always be opportunities, and we have to be open to those opportunities. And if it's not a business opportunity, it's an opportunity to connect with others. Just like what happened to me and my family, we have become closer because of this pandemic.
Blessing in disguise. And so we are now going to the core of our topic today, which is how to live a unique life. So, would you like to show your book? Wow, there you go. So, to our viewers, families, and friends, locally and internationally, please, if you can find your way, get this book unique. Where can we find that book, Coach?
You can find it on Shopee. So we have a site there, Unique Publishing, and also on my website, jaysonlo.com.
I'd like to know, and I'm sure our listeners would like to hear from you, what is your inspiration in starting the idea of this unique life?
Well, I've been speaking for quite some time already. I've been speaking for 22 years. When I started, I was part of a direct selling company. I hated speaking, but I was forced to speak so that I can reach the younger audience. I was around 21 years old. And I didn't know that God was going to lead me here. And I became a professional speaker 10 years ago, 2012. My anniversary would be September. And from there, I've taught some concepts to people. Before I became a professional speaker, everything that I was doing, it's all pro bono. Actually, hindi nga pro bono abono. Dahil they would give you a ball pen, book, you have to go there, you have to spend gas, transpo. But I love what I was doing. It wasn't my bread and butter because I had my business. And I didn't know that this is where God is going to lead me. I just gave it my best every single time. And there's one concept which is unique about the 4 personality types, the book, that I've been teaching for a long time. Study the work of William Marston from the 1920s. And people would say that this should have been taught in schools, knowing who you are, your strengths and weaknesses, and strengths and weaknesses of others, to treat them the way they want to be treated, not the way you want to be treated. So that's how it started.
And when you did mention about the 4 personalities, it seems like you really focused on finding your strengths rather than your weaknesses. Is that right?
Yes. Focusing on our strengths and looking for others whose strengths are our weaknesses so that we can manage our weaknesses. So there are many concepts that are counterintuitive when you talk about the golden rule, to treat others the way you want to be treated. It works for universal principles like love, joy, and peace. However, when it comes to people, we have to treat them not the way you want to be treated, but the way they want to be treated. And that's another one, focusing on our strengths and not on our weaknesses. Unlike what the school system teaches us, to focus on our weaknesses, taasan yung grades lahat. And problem is, you'll be well-rounded, but you're not going to be a master in 1 or 2 crafts that you can be great at.
All right. I'm sure may hugot ito, no, Coach Jason? I'm sure from what you are thinking and speaking and writing about, as you would do storytelling, this is coming from a sheer inspiration of your own challenges. Who in your life has been inspiring you or has created a positive dent in your life for you to be who you are today?
They say that the best teacher is not experience, but other people's experiences, though it's really about our evaluated experiences. So looking at what worked for others and what didn't work, why they failed. And I've seen a lot of those, how someone stumbled because of humility issues, or someone lost everything because of a wrong mindset in terms of money or business, discarte. People that I look up to, one is my dad. He was the one who taught me about character. Character in the sense that when he was part of this, it was a huge company back then. He was a purchaser, one of the bosses there, and he never received any gift, any monetary incentive. He remained honest with his integrity intact. And then a few days before he died, he spoke to a friend, and that friend told me after he died for a week, after a week, he told me, you know, Jason, sabi sa akin ng dad mo, si Jim, dapat ba mas malaki yung iniwan ko sa mga anak ko? Kasi hindi ako katulad ng mga kasama ko sa trabaho na lahat sila tumatanggap ng lagay. Ako, I didn't do that. And sabi nung friend niya, you know, Jim, tama yung ginawa mo. It made me realize that no matter what happens, even if you don't leave inheritance, land, house, money to your children, but you leave them with character, that is everything. And when I lost my business, that was one of my primary motivation to pay back everyone, even those that I don't need to pay anymore. Dahil business yun eh. Utang ng business, hindi ko personal. Because of my dad. Yun yung isang lesson na natutunan ko. They say that integrity is seen when no one is looking. But I beg to disagree because integrity is seen by everyone. So ako, mawala na lahat. Wag lang yung pangalan mo, no? Wag na masira yung pangalan mo. The next day, you can start again.
Coach Jayson, I'm sure your dad is very proud of you, looking from where he is right now. And by honoring him with his story, I'm having goosebumps and how this story is very important for you. And much of how he taught you has been shared in your books, I'm sure. When we talk about challenges and struggles and principles, would you like to share from your observations? You were saying about you love observing behaviors and outcomes of experiences. What are usual struggles of people when it comes to finding their unique self? Let's talk about struggles. Go ahead.
I just did a TikTok video, and it's interesting. I mentioned there that the number one problem of people who are hardworking, they have good contacts, they have ability. The number one challenge that they are all facing, the main reason why they aren't successful, it's because of focus. We are living in a distracted world, and focus helps us go for things that would not keep us busy, but would make us productive. We can do a lot of things, which is what culture teaches us, which is what many people would suggest. We can do one thing, two things, three things, five things, 10 things at the same time. Unfortunately, we can only focus on two things at the same time. And many, they're not successful because they lack focus. It's like this metaphor that I want to like using to describe what focus should be. Let's say you have an orange, and I think I shared this in our talk with the pharmaceutical company. I can't remember. If you squeeze the orange and you put it in a glass, many people, the glass is not yet full. It's only half full. And then they would tell themselves, oh, I'm not successful. I need to look for another venture. I need to look for another income side hustle. So now they get another glass and try to fill it again with another fruit, juice, half glass. Not contented, another half glass, ending up sabog, walang focus. So what we should be doing is to squeeze that fruit and until the glass is already full with that orange juice. Now you decide, what do? Do I expand and get another glass and get the same fruit, orange? Or maybe it's time for me to diversify and get another fruit, which is grapes. You know, Coach JV, you were asking me, you know, how I became, the YOUnique life became multi-channel.
Multi-channel.
Is that the right
Yes,
term?
I tag it as multi-channel exposure because aside from this book being one of the best-selling books of Coach Jayson, it has been shared multiple times in multiple channels. How did you do it?
It has to do a lot with focus, and I didn't know I was doing it back then. I was using the focusing question from The One Thing by Gary Keller. It says there, what is the one thing that you can do such that by doing it, everything else will be unnecessary? I'll repeat that. What is the one thing that you can do such that by doing it, everything else will be unnecessary and everything else will be easier? So in 2012, the first thing that I did when I focused on speaking was I need to be an authority on one subject that I can be the best in. And I chose the 4 personality types, and I wrote a book to be an author and automatically be an authority. Although it doesn't work for everyone, I'm fortunate that it did for me, again, because of focus. So that's what I did in 2012. 2013, I saw that I need to focus on workshops, small workshops. So I did that 2014. 13, 14, 2015, I realized that I have to be the best in terms of keynote speaking. I mean, the best of my abilities and focus on that area. And that's when I started getting more exposure, focusing on bigger events, 500, 1,000 or more participants. By 2018, something changed. And it's funny. Companies started choosing speakers not based on their ability. Hulaan mo, ano yung tinitignan nila?
I'm thinking of something. I don't want to blurt it out. Siret. Siret na.
Social media, your social media platforms, your followers. So if you are a fantastic speaker,
Agree.
you only have 1,000 followers on Facebook, they would choose someone who has 100,000 plus followers, but titignan mo yung ability, wala pa. Or kulang pa dahil kulang pa experience. Lumaki lang yung social media. So sabi ko, I have to focus now on creating content online. And I didn't want to do it, but I have a staff who told me, sabi niya, Kuya, baka gusto mo videohan kita para yan yung natural mo talaga. And we will post
Talagang kuya ang tawag
Sabi ko,
close na close ang close na
Oh.
close ang staff sa'yo kuya.
Kaya pag yung kinakasal, lagi ako nagiging ninong talaga. So, nag-produce kami ng mga videos. Gaganda ng mga iba, pero we had like 248 views. Hindi pa nanood yung wife ko doon, sikat. Tapos, 350, 500. And then, yung isa umabot ng 1,000, 5,000, 10,000. Then one day, yung isa nag-100,000. And then, nag-millions. My most viewed video on Facebook is more than 10 million. And I have several in the millions. So 2018-19, that started. I'm not a celebrity, but for the first time, whenever I would speak, people know me already because of the videos that they watched. So now I can compete with those who have a large, who has a large following. And
Huhulaan ko.
Sige.
Yun yung nagsayaw ka, no?
Ano pa, lalabas pa lang yan. Yan, billions na yung view niya, hindi millions. And yeah, 2020, as you know, yung pandemic, what we had to learn is online. How to deliver online engagements, speaking engagements, as if it's as engaging as when we are live. So yun eh, yung focus talaga is key. And in platforms, we focus on one first, grow that, and then move to the next.
So you've spoken about your multi-channel media exposure. Antabayanan, please await for the dancing coach Jayson Lo in TikTok. Have you started TikTok? You have already, right?
I don't know how to dance eh. Yes, I just started. Yeah, I have to do more videos though.
So it seems like the core essential or one of the core essentials of living a unique life, and this is my personal aha moment, is number one, ask yourself, where am I good at?
Yeah.
Where am I passionate about? And of course, seeking God's voice in all of these scheme of things. And Lord, how do you want me to use it? And then from there, you navigated your focus from 2000, 2010, all the way 2015, and then where you are today, and still embracing the importance of focus. As we are to end this particular episode, would you like to give them a few more tips on how to focus on our unique talents and strengths? Go ahead.
Yeah, well, one of the most important when you're focused already, hyper focus your life, is to also know your purpose. For our younger viewers and listeners, knowing your purpose, it takes time. But if you know your purpose, that is the foundation of prioritizing. So your purpose, and then you start prioritizing. From there, you will have productivity and then profit. It's like an iceberg, but you don't see purpose and priority there. You only see profit and also productivity. Productivity and profit, they're 10% only. 90% comes from our purpose. So my purpose is to be able to help people discover their best unique self. And that requires focus, knowing your strengths, and not comparing yourself to others. I guess that would be one of the primary lessons of YOUnique, is to stop comparing yourself to others, because nothing good will come out of it. Be who you are created to be comfortable, and from there, be the best that you can be by being unique.
Oh my, maraming salamat. I feel so blessed and feeling grateful that you said yes to my invitation. So maraming salamat for validating that focus is one of the essential secrets of living a unique life. Do not compare yourself to anybody. Just focus on being your best version of yourself. With that, my dear viewers, families, and friends, maraming salamat po. Thank you for tuning in to this episode with Coach Jayson Lo. I would appreciate if you can like and subscribe to our YouTube channel here in Ignited with JB Wong. God bless you and stay safe, everyone. Bye, Coach Jayson.
Bye-bye. Thank you.